Why are we still staring at the tower again? Like, it burned down decades, if not centuries ago. Why are we still doing this? Don't you give me that look. Hey guys, time to chill out with Sub-07, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. Last time, we cleaned out the Goldenrod Underground of trainers, stormed the Ecruteak City Burn Tower, beat up our rival Keith, and got a chance encounter with the legendary beasts of Johto, watching them escape right before our very eyes, unfortunately. Would have been nice to have encountered them, but no, they just up and ran. Oh, and I guess our bat evolved or something. That's something, I guess. I'm not gonna be too mean to him. Our boy finally has reached Golbat. I'm so proud of him. This time, I said we were going to take on Ecruteak City Gym, and I did mean that. But there's a couple things we can do first. First things first, we're going to run to a wild encounter. One of these days. But no, one thing that I just said I wanted to get off screen, I wanted to get the items that are inside of this place, and we can get one of them right now. The problem was we had to teach Rock Smash to a Pokemon. And I said I was going to teach it to Jerry, but Jerry can't actually learn Rock Smash. Which would have been very funny because I imagined myself holding Jerry by his grass and then slamming him headfirst into the rock. But instead, we taught Prodigy how to do it. Well, at least Tyro's getting some use. We actually get ourselves an HP up, which is a really good item. That increases the health of any Pokemon you give it to. Might not seem all that amazing, but that is a very helpful way to make them stronger very quickly. That being said, there's one other thing I want to take care of first before we do Morty's Gym. And also, I gotta admit, it took me ages to understand what the play on Morty's name was supposed to be. He's supposed to be the gym leader for Ecruteak. Ecruteak's a city of old-fashioned stuff, and he's the ghost-type specialist. The Mystic Seer of the future. Ghost types. Morty. He's a mortician. God, I'm stupid. Well, let's head in here first. There's this guy we can talk to. Ah, you're on an adventure with your Pokemon? Well, what's an adventure without treasure hunting? Am I right or am I right? Yes. Good, you understand the true spirit of adventure. I like that. Take this with you. And he gives us the Item Finder. This is a powerful tool. It's a key item that lets you find invisible items. There are many items lying about that aren't visible or obvious. Use Item Finder to check if there's an item on the ground near you. Doesn't show the exact spot, so you'll have to look yourself. Oh yeah, I heard there are items in Ecruteak's Burn Tower. And he is right about that. There are some that we haven't encountered yet. We'll have to go back and look for those. But there's one more thing I want to do first. We've mentioned and have seen in passing the Ecruteak Dance Theater, and this old man was creeping out about it. Apparently, there's something going on here. Not only are their kimono girls great dancers, they're also skilled at Pokemon. I always challenge them, but I've never even left a scratch. Lad, if you can defeat all the kimono girls, I'll give you a gift. Sure enough, dude. That man's always with his Rhydon. Says he wants the Pokemon that can surf and dance. Is he trying to make a synchronized swimming team? Good question. Also, it's very funny that they acknowledge that Rhydon can learn Surf, which is incredibly ridiculous because he's a rock ground type. The kimono girls are so beautiful, but they have to go through rigorous training. And they have to learn to follow customs before appearing in public. But if you love something, anything is possible. That's a nice way to look at it. Kimono girls here are very special, though, and they're special for two reasons. Let's talk to one of them. You have lovely Pokemon. May I see them in battle? The kimono girls of Ecruteak City are variations on how important they are. In Gold, Silver, Crystal, these girls are purely here as a battle for you, carrying the 5 evolutions. One for each of them. I should also notice that off-screen, I actually taught Artemis Mud Slap. It's going to be very important for the gym, but it also serves as a good purpose here. One for accuracy lowering, and one because we're kind of a dick. But in the case of the kimono girls, they are sort of a one-off encounter for Ecruteak City Gym with unique sprites. Kind of neat. What makes them much more neat is their appearance and role in Heart Gold Soul Silver, where they become secondary characters. You'll run into the 5 kimono girls over the course of the story in different locations, like, I don't know, Ilex Forest, alongside an ice path that we have not seen yet, or just early parts where they'll be observing your actions. And they are crucial in summoning legendary Pokemon late in the story. It's kind of neat that they took such a one-off character and just expanded their roles into being sort of the guardians of legendary Pokemon. It's not really something you see, but I enjoy it. And damn, Artemis doing that all by himself. Good job, bud. You are 4 levels higher, but it is a Flareon, so if it runs into you, it does hurt. Oh, Mom's calling, which means, of course, she's gonna buy another goddamn item. I really should check and see what item she's bought with the PC, because I haven't checked in a bit. Next up, I always dance with my Pokemon. Of course, I also train them. And these girls are also encounters in Heart Gold Soul Silver, but you'll be fighting them way later in the story, so they'll be a lot stronger. Otherwise, they're all level 17 and all use 1 evolution. I believe in the Heart Gold Soul Silver battles, they're like level 33 or something, maybe 38. It's a bit of a range, and I don't quite remember how much. However, let's tag out to someone else for this. Stark, you handle this one. Because Espeon can be kind of dangerous. I know it's level 17, but still. Thankfully, these ones won't be too big of a deal because they're under level, so they don't have many powerful attacks. But better safe than sorry. You're just gonna keep using Tail Whip? Man, you really are kind of stupid. There we go. Easy does it, and plenty of experience here as well, so if you want to try and grind out getting experience for your Pokemon, this is a decent spot and you don't want to forget about it. Oh, so close. I almost had you. No! You really didn't, sorry. Isn't my barrette pretty? Oh, Pokemon battle. And they do also give you a reward if you bother to clear out all 5 of them, so it's recommended that you take care of these 5 because, yeah, it's worth it. Umbreon? Luckily, we actually do have a weakness for basically all of them. The only one we don't have a real weakness for is Vaporeon, but I think we'll be fine in that regard because we're over-leveled anyway. Yes, yes, use Tackle. At this point, them being so low-leveled means that they're also not going to have any of their signature powerful moves that benefit their type, so that's not too much of a concern. And yeah, look at how little that does compared to Espeon. Umbreon is built to be a tank, so it's going to be blocking damage a lot better than its cousin. And one thing I should also mention for variety's sake, because I find this kind of fascinating, there's a bit of weird trivia about Umbreon and Espeon. These two also use different methods of evolution over the years because not every game has day and night cycles for some reason. So games like Gale of Darkness on the GameCube actually had to find a workaround for that by inventing the Sun Shard and the Moon Shard, items that they both had to hold until they would evolve via happiness. It's sort of a weird workaround, but it works, but they actually are the only ones that don't evolve via stone either. At least as far as this generation, because Leafeon and Glaceon in Gen 4 would later be allowed to evolve via stones using Leaf and Ice Stones. Sort of a weird decision, but it's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of strange. Oh, you're a cute trainer. Would you like to battle? Sure. Hit me with your best shot. And yeah, I'm mostly just doing this to get us some extra experience because Morty's gym is a step up compared to Whitney's, so we want to make sure we're not under-leveled for the challenge. We don't really have an answer for Vaporeon, so we're just going to brute force this method. Luckily, crits are our friend, but sand in the eyes is not. Ow. Oh, that's the worst feeling. Especially when that happens. Oh my god. Yep, water gun. I should have seen that coming. You know what? Alucard hasn't gotten a chance to really shine just yet. Let's send him in. He's not going to be useful in a battle against a Jolteon, but Vaporeon, he'll be fine. He can pull his weight. Check it out. Chomp. Not much damage, but you know what? It's better than it would have been before because Vaporeon is a tank, so it has a lot of HP. Chomp. Plus, if we're lucky, we can get a flinch of some sort to slow it down. And thankfully, Alucard can take hits a lot better than he used to as a Zubat. One more. Come on. Come on, bud. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Easy does it. You're stronger than you look. Thank you. I have been working out recently. That is not true. I fractured my ankle recently. I've been doing shit. I really do need to get back to go to the gym, to be honest, because it's a bit daunting wanting to go back, given that that is the place that I hurt myself, but it was no fault of anyone or even my own. It was just kind of a freak accident. I just gotta work up the energy to do it. Remember, kids, it's always important to exercise, especially when you get older, because I'm someone who's approaching, like, late 20s, and it's weird to think about that. Your body is going to eventually start to give out on you and start doing things you don't want it to. It's your job to take care of it. Let's take care of the last of the Kimono girls, though. I believe the girls' names are also slightly different in the Heart Gold Soul Silver version, and weirdly enough, these girls actually also show up in the anime. Most secondary characters who aren't like gym leaders or rivals don't usually get a spotlight like that, but these ones are an exception, though there's only 4 of them, so it's kind of weird. Ow. Jolteon, of course, is gonna be faster. Ugh, bad crit. Hit it with some mud. Please blind it. Knock the accuracy down a peg. Or at least weaken it. Come on, don't get a crit. Ugh. Come on, bud, you can do this. This is not going to be the best method to do this, but it's going to be a method that works at least, so come on. So we're knocking that accuracy down as much as possible. He's basically blindfolded, but he's still landing every goddamn attack. Ugh. That's the other danger of accuracy, is that it always feels like you can't land hits, but your opponent can. You got hit with Mudslap 3 times. You hit me with 1 sand attack, and I can't hit you first? Come on. Get out of here. Give me that level up. Nice job, Artemis. Artemis is trying to learn Quick Attack, which is nice. We really want to get something like that as soon as possible. I'm going to get rid of Sand Attack because I'm going to leave the accuracy lowering to Inferno. Artemis will be fine with this. Oh, you're a good Pokemon. You're good at Pokemon as well. Easy does it. Take care of all of that, and we go back to talk to this guy. Not only are the Kimono Girls great dancers, they're also skilled at Pokemon. Yep, I've already done this. The way you battled, it was like watching a dance. It was a rare treat to see. I want you to have this. Don't worry, take it. And he gives us Hidden Machine number 3. This is incredibly important, and you need to get this. This is not an optional thing, trust me. That's Surf. It's a move that lets Pokemon swim across water. It's a very powerful move, and it's a very good move to have if you have any sort of water type. And it's going to be incredibly important for us to have at some point or another. But for now, we're going to heal up, and I will see you guys at Ecruteak City Gym. Alright, it's time. I took the liberty of dropping off Prodigy at the box because he's not going to be helpful at all for this. But let's do it. Inside Ecruteak Gym. The trainers here have secret motives. If you win, they may tell you some deep secrets about Ecruteak. Well, that's different. You're not really giving me the champ of the Macon speech, but you know what? That's fine. Now you'll notice. Floor is gray. Can't tell what's floor and what isn't. If you walk in a place that isn't floor, you fall and respawn. This is sort of an invisible path scenario. Can you inflict any damage on our Pokemon? That's a good question. Because this is a ghost gym. Ghost types are immune to normal and fighting attacks, unless you use a move like Foresight that allows them to hit. Keep that in mind, and we're gonna beat up this guy named Ping. Who names their kid Ping, honestly? What did I take this for? I'm not watching Mulan, I'm playing Pokemon. I put Alucard in front because Dark beats Ghost. That being said, all Ghost types in this gym are also part poison, so they suffer from a Psychic and a Ground weakness. If you're playing Heart Gold Soul Silver, be careful. The Ground weakness is gone because they all have Levitate for an ability. This is going to be pretty much free farming for the Ghost types if you have any sort of Dark Attack or Ground type move. And even if you don't, so long as you have something that hits relatively hard, you're going to be fine. Because thankfully, the Ghastly family is kind of on the weak side. The only Pokemon that I have that's not really going to be able to do much in this fight is Stark, because as great as Stark is, Bug is resisted by poison, and Normal is not able to touch it. So let's focus instead on just using the rest of our 3 and bulldozing these guys. Easy does it. Now while we're doing this, one thing I will also mention is Morty himself, the gym leader. I have to talk about the fact that this guy probably has the best glow-up of any gym leader in any game ever. Which might sound weird, but when they do remakes, they usually like modify the outfits and give them redesigns for different generations. Whitney's is okay, Bugsy's looks about the same, Faulkner, it's not really much of a change. Morty looks so much better, because you would not be able to tell this guy was a ghost type trainer looking at his sprite or by his look in the anime. Like, that is not a ghost type trainer. Then you look at him here and you go, yeah, that's a ghost type guy. Couldn't mistake it. And he just looks so smug about it. It's perfect. Because he knows he's better than you. Morty fucks. What do you do? Don't take that out of context. That's a bit weird. But yeah, these ghosts are going to be pretty much just free experience fodder. You're going to get plenty of opportunity to get stronger, and I think the cap for levels here is around level 25. So if you're kind of a stickler for that sort of thing, keep that in mind. These guys will not be too big of an issue so long as you account for that. You really shouldn't have done that. Bye, bud. Easy clap and level 23 for Inferno. Nice. Well done. Easy does it. Now, I imagine they have secrets. We use only Ghost-type Pokemon. No normal type attack can harm them. That's true. But what's important to know is that these guys are pointing you in the right direction. Whatever direction the Ghost trainers are facing, that's how far you can walk, and then go upwards to meet the next one. Stumped by our invisible floor? Defeat me if you want a hint. Yeah, bring it on, Grandma. If you don't figure out how to deal with ghost types by now, I'm sorry, you're not going to have a fun time with this. Morty can be considered a second wall by some, depending on how prepared you are for ghost types. Because he will have some things up his sleeve to deal with you if you're not ready for him. But thankfully, even things that are stronger like a Hunter here, he's not going to do too much to you because ghost types don't have many powerful moves. And they suffer from a major downside of Ghost being physical in this generation for some unknown reason. Like, it's a ghost. What about it is physical? Doesn't make sense. This was later fixed in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which makes this gym way harder, so keep that in mind. Yep, second Haunter, that's fine. Chomp. I am going to try and switch around the order of the team a little bit because I don't want anyone getting too much experience, and I also don't want Stark getting left in the dust. He might, like show up and get some experience as a freebie. Nice. What? Yep, like I said, I'm better than you. Fine, I shall tell you the secret of the invisible floor. The path is right before our eyes. She's not kidding when she says that. That is how you can tell where to walk. Be careful. Stark, you're now behind everyone else, so you get to go in front for a little bit. I spent the spring with my Pokémon, then summer, fall, and winter. Then spring came again. We have lived together for a long time. Yeah, that is how time works. I don't know why. Sometimes the Sage Pokemon trainers, they just say weird shit like that. Jeffrey! Alright, I'm just gonna take care of this guy real fast. Once again, Stark doesn't really have much he can do here, because Bug is resisted by poison, and normal attacks just don't touch it. Let's see how much just a Fury Cutter does normally. Oh, that's bad. Ooh! Actually, that's not so bad, because he just did something very stupid and put his health in half. And Curse doesn't affect him until the next turn. So just tag out. Now you use Mean Look because you're an idiot. Nice. Let's just bite to finish him off. Good job, you two. I didn't think that would work as well as it did. And Stark still gets a level up. Nice. I don't know why they go for Curse right out the gate. It's just a risky move to do. It's not really worth it. Where did Pokemon come from? Well, going off Generation 2 logic, Mew. If we're going off Generation 4 logic, Arceus. We'll put Artemis in front. I think Artemis and Alucard are going to be our aces for this fight. So I want to make sure they're both ready. I shall win. Yeah, we'll see about that, tough girl. Especially when you look like you're dying of dysentery like that. Another Ghastly. It is unfortunate that they went with the Ghost Gym in this part because Ghost doesn't really exist much in the first two generations. It's easier to find Ghosts in Generation 4, but there was only one Ghost type family in Gen 1, and Gen 2 added a whopping one new Ghost type. So there really isn't much to go off of. Yeah, that Mud Slap is helpful. Oh, you're gonna Mean Look me? That's a bad decision, bud. Taste Mud. It is a bit unfortunate that Ghost really doesn't get to shine in Generation 2, because Ghost is a fun type and has over the years gotten to be one of my favorites, but it's not at its peak here, especially because Ghost as a whole is still weak to Psychic, with the lone exception of the new Ghost type, which we're not going to see for ages, because Ghost is hard to come across. And I believe, I believe the new Ghost is not going to be here until at least a while, we'll go with. More Mud Slap. You're going to lay a curse on Artemis? That's just a bad idea. Like, yeah, you're going to hurt me, but you're doing much more damage to yourself, bud. Get out of here. Now, Mean Look normally prevents you from switching out, but if you take out the Pokemon that did it to you, you can switch out freely afterwards. Keep that in mind. Nice, get some juicy experience. And we're gonna switch out? No, actually, we'll stay in. I think that's a good idea. One more Mud Slap or two should be enough to finish you. And once again, just putting that Mean Look back up because he doesn't want me switching out for whatever reason. It's kind of not the best call to do, though, because Artemis may not be able to touch you with normal type attacks, but Ghastly can't touch him back. So it kind of becomes a weird back and forth, Especially in the case of using a move like Curse. I already have Curse inflicted upon me, so you can't even touch me with that. And since you can't use something like Lick, you're kind of out of options, bud. You're shit out of luck. Perish. Easy clap. Not enough for a level up, which is unfortunate. But you know what? I think that's fine. I lost. Yes, you did. Now, Morty is right here. We could do this right now. We're gonna heal. Take me to space. I'll be right back. Alright, back we are once again. Let's take care of business once and for all, and let's teach Morty a lesson. Also, I do gotta admit, people have made a very good point that Morty's sprite here looks like Solid Snake. They're right, he looks very much like Solid Snake. This fight's gonna be interesting for us, because there's many ways you can do this. I'm gonna start with Inferno, because he's not gonna be the main focus of this fight. This fight is gonna be about Artemis and Alucard. Otherwise, let's get down to business. Let's talk, bud. Good of you to have come. Here in Ecruteak, Pokémon have been revered. It's said that a rainbow-colored Pokémon will come down to appear before a truly powerful trainer. I believe that tale, so I have secretly trained here all my life. As a result, I can now see what others cannot. Just a bit more. With a little more, I could see a future in which I meet the Pokémon of rainbow colors. You're gonna help me reach that level. The battle to see which one of us is more worthy. We're gonna find out, bud. Morty! Looks better in this artwork, admittedly, than his anime form. He's got 4 Pokemon, so he does have a good number compared to Whitney or Bugsy. He starts out with Ghastly, of course, level 21, Ghost Poison type, with the moves Lick, Spite, Mean Look, and Curse, the same basic stuff we've been seeing before. We're gonna set it on fire. Ghastly is not gonna be that much of a menace, and something you might want to consider, if you have the power to do so for this fight, bring a Noctowl. You might think that's a bit of a strange suggestion. Trust me, it could save you a lot of hassle in this fight if you really want to use something like that. Next up, he's going to be sending in a Haunter, though, so we're going to trade out to Artemis. Haunter is Gas's evolution. Level 21, also a Ghost Poison type with Hypnosis, Curse, Mimic, and Nightshade. These are different moves than we've seen before. Once again, inflicting Curse because Haunter can't find anything better to do, so we're going to Mud Slap it. The danger of this fight is that move, Hypnosis. It is a more accurate version of things like Sing, and it will put you to sleep. Thankfully, he misses, and Mud Slap does its job of finishing him off. Nice job, Artemis. Good job. Level up. Where are we going next? He's going right to his ace. Interesting. We're going to tag out. He sends out Gengar. Level 25, Ghost Poison type with Shadow Ball, Mean Look, Hypnosis, and Dream Eater. This is a much more dangerous Pokemon than the others because Shadow Ball is a powerful move and Hypnosis puts you to sleep while Dream Eater saps your health. He's going to go right for the Hypnosis, which is kind of what I suspected he would do. I was hoping that he would do that or fall for Mean Look. If he's going to do that, though, that means he's got one trick up his sleeve and he wants to issue with Dream Eater. We're going to tag back to Artemis. The reason why I suggest having something like a Noctowl for this fight is that if you're playing this in Generation 4, Noctowl is immune to almost every strategy Morty can throw at you. It'll have Insomnia for an ability, meaning it can't fall asleep. It's normal type, so it can't be touched by Ghost type moves. The only thing these guys can do is inflict Curse on it. Not much else they can do. Let's go for the Mud Slap. Unfortunately, Gengar is a very fast Pokemon, so this is going to be a very precarious fight. Let's see if we have an Awakening. Doesn't look like we do, so we're going to have to wing this fight. Oh boy. The danger of a fight like this is that you have to be careful when he decides to use his stuff, because this is going to get really dicey really quickly. You don't want all of your Pokemon falling asleep after all. And yep, there's the Dream Eater. The reason why I tagged out of Alucard is that Alucard is part poison. Dream Eater is a psychic attack, so it will be a very dangerous thing to have to run into. This might be a problem. We're going to tag out to Stark. Because he's just going to keep using Dream Eater for the whole fight. You've got to be careful about this. Because if he just keeps doing it, you're in danger. But he's going to keep doing it, so you also know what he's going to do at the very least. Let's try healing up Artemis a little bit. It's not going to be much, but we need something on him. Stark going down actually wouldn't be the worst case scenario because Stark can't really do anything in this fight. That's kind of okay. And as you can see, that's a powerful attack that you don't want to get hit by too much. The problem of this fight is Gengar as a whole, because he can just run you over if he lands that clean hit. The one upside is that Hypnosis is not super accurate, but I say that and he's landed it 3 times in a row. There's the miss, finally. Get that smoke screen going and blind him. We don't want him being able to see at all. Set him on fire. Thank you, that's another miss. Let's go Inferno. I was hoping he would get a burn, but we unfortunately don't get the chance, but Hypnosis misses again, nice. The reason I'm still going for fire attacks right now instead of trying to just focus on smoke screen is that I want to get at least a little bit of damage in. Fixing on Mean Look, interesting strategy. Let's see how that pays off for you when you can't see, motherfucker. And once again, accuracy checks can be a do or die for you, especially when they're going for somewhat inaccurate moves like Hypnosis. Please land a burn. It would be very much appreciated, or not. Well, it's either that or a crit is going to be the thing that saves us here. Come on. Nothing. Nothing at all. But you know what? It doesn't matter because he doesn't get the chance. Get out of here. Oh, come on. Whew, crisis averted. Nice job, Inferno. Pulling your weight when we needed it most. That could have been a disaster, but thankfully, everyone survived that needed to survive. Stark going down is unfortunate, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. And I think Inferno can handle the rest of this from here by himself. His last Pokemon is another Haunter. Level 23 Poison Ghost type with Spite, Mean Look, Mimic, and Nightshade. This one doesn't even have Hypnosis, just set it on fire. The problem is that it has that. Nightshade is a powerful move that does damage based on what level the user is, so it will always deal a flat 23 damage in this battle, meaning we have exactly 3 hits. However, if it's a race of damage, Inferno's got that covered. Just one more clean hit, and you are done! Burn, baby, burn. Nice job, bud. Get that level up, you earned it. And that takes care of Morty. Morty gear. I'm not good enough yet. Alright, this badge is yours. We get $2,300 for winning. Send some to Mom. We receive the Fog Badge. Nice job, team. By having the Fog Badge, Pokemon up to level 50 will obey you. Also, Pokemon that know Surf will be able to use that move anytime. This is also something you'll need to understand. If you don't do the Kimono Girls first, that's your tip of, hey, you might want to pay them a visit. I want you to have this too. And it gives us TM30, which is better than I expected it was going to be in this situation. It's Shadow Ball. It causes damage and may reduce special defense. Use it if it appeals to you. Weirdly enough, he'll never use Gengar's Shadow Ball himself because he's busy focusing on Hypnosis strategies. I'm kind of surprised the fight went as well as that did. Like, the Hypnosis was a problem, but one good miss, and everything fell apart for him. Good job, team. Everyone except Stark pulled their weight, and Stark really couldn't because he just wasn't built for that. Maybe next time, bud. Hope to see you again. And with that, we are now up to 4 gym badges, actually, so we are halfway through. Kind of nuts to think about. Enough of that. Let's get a move on. And one thing I actually never talked about that I think I have to. I mentioned that we got the radio card way back when we got ourselves, you know, the radio card from the radio tower in Goldenrod. What I didn't mention is that you can adjust it to different stations and just play the music in the background for yourself. And it carries with you wherever you go. So if you want to have some funky beats like the Lucky Channel, why not? You can have it on. Now, this is where things get interesting. You can choose to go west or east of Ecruteak, and technically speaking, either path is valid for you to progress. One of these takes you to what would be the 7th gym badge. The other one takes you in the direction of the 5th and 6th gym badges. There isn't really much of a difference in level scaling between the 3 of them, because the game encourages you to pick whichever side you want. Of the 2 paths, we're going to go west first, because west leads us to the next gym in terms of chronological order in Cianwood. We're not going to be able to do anything for a while in terms of getting the next gym badge, but I think we're going to head west, because it just makes sense story-wise. So I think we're going to stop things here. Next time, let's play Pokemon Crystal. We're heading in west and hoping to head our way towards Cianwood City. Till next time, ice out.